Names Iowa's Caitlin Clark Athlete of the Year. Clark follows Lionel Messi, Aaron Judge, and Simone Biles. No unbiased person sees this as a controversial choice. Clark is the main reason women's basketball exploded in popularity. She again won National Player of the Year at Iowa while setting the NCAA career and tournament records for points and leading the Hawkeyes back to the Final Four. A week later, the Fever drafted Clark number 1. She led the league in threes, set single and season records for assists, got the Fever back to the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, and won Rookie of the Year. Basketball Reference says Clark has the most viewed WNBA player page and the most viewed college player page. 50 out of 50 states at Iowa and 50 for 50 Fever. She's the face of women's basketball. Clark's impact on attendance and television ratings is, relatively speaking, unlike anything we've seen. In college, virtually all games sold out. In the pros, games moved to bigger arenas. So why would anyone have a problem with Clark?
Caitlin Clark is more than just a basketball player. She's a trailblazer. With her ability to drain deep shots and draw record-breaking crowds, her impact reaches far beyond the court. From making waves in the WNBA to stealing the spotlight at a Taylor Swift game, Clark is capturing attention like never before and elevating the league to new heights. Love her or not, she's forcing the old guard to take notice. Clark embodies a fresh, dynamic chapter in women's sports, emerging as one of its most electrifying icons.
Ellie, she was saying that you were apologizing for your white privilege and the fact that you wanted to uplift black female athletes and make sure that they were getting the shine, kind of like your pioneers were getting the shine that they deserved. And I just want to know how you feel or how you respond to some of those criticisms when you have to deal with something that it's really not your problem. Like, I feel like it's them looking in a mirror a little bit, but it still comes down on your shoulders.
I feel like I always have had really good perspective on everything that's kind of happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career. But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age. Like, my favorite player was Maya Moore. Like, I know what this league was about. And like I said, like, it's only been around 25 plus years. So I know there's been so many amazing black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of. And like I said, like, I try to just be real and authentic and, you know.
What sets Caitlin Clark apart isn't just her jaw-dropping stats or highlight-worthy plays. It's her ability to elevate the conversation around sports as a whole. While Taylor Swift captured NFL audiences with her pop culture crossover, Clark is redefining the narrative of the WNBA in an even more groundbreaking way. She's not just making noise, she's sparking a revolution. In this piece, we'll unpack what Clark's rise means for the WNBA, her critics, and the future of women's sports. If you're here for bold moves, a touch of drama, and game-changing moments, you're in for a treat. Don't forget to hit that like button, share with your squad, and subscribe for more deep dives into sports' most compelling stories. Now, let's get started.
Just below us here in Kansas City, Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark, guard for the Indiana Fever. From Des Moines, been a Chiefs fan since she was a kid, the AP Female Athlete of the Year and the first overall pick in the WNBA Draft, Rookie of the Year. The first rookie to make the first team all WNBA since 2008 when Candace Parker did it. Glad she is in the house this evening on this cold night with 4.5 to go, third.
From Kansas City to social media sensation, picture this. Caitlin Clark, fresh off a record-breaking rookie season, casually enjoying a Kansas City Chiefs game alongside none other than Taylor Swift. The internet went wild. This wasn't just a fan sitting in the stands. It was Clark, sharing space with one of the most influential cultural icons of our time. And the timing? Impeccable. With Swift dominating headlines, thanks to her romance with Travis Kelce, Clark's appearance felt less like coincidence and more like a statement. The moment sparked a whirlwind of reactions. Critics dismissed it as a publicity stunt. Fans celebrated it, and even the unimpressed had plenty to say. Social media lit up with debates, but one thing was clear. Clark wasn't just representing herself or women's basketball. She was demanding that the sport be recognized on a much larger stage. Whether it was a gesture of friendship or a stroke of cultural genius, the outcome was undeniable. Caitlin Clark's star soared higher, proving she's not just an athlete, but a cultural phenomenon, capable of standing shoulder to shoulder with the biggest names in entertainment. This was the moment that changed the game.
The Indiana Games has really taken upon her shoulders to be more aggressive offensive at opportunity. Caitlin Clark for three, rattled.
Recently being the first WNBA player, 2020.
I love her. I love the way Caitlin Clark's.
Bentley tips it away and off and running. Can't thread the needle. Working it around here for the Fever. Good ball movement on this possession. Low run from the end of the first quarter. Clark again. Bentley with a...
The WNBA has long struggled to break into mainstream culture, but Caitlin Clark is changing the game. Her record-breaking rookie season wasn't just about stats, it was about impact. Moments like her appearance with Taylor Swift turned heads, drawing new fans and sparking a surge in WNBA ticket sales. Swifties who'd never heard of Clark were suddenly curious, proving the power of bridging sports and entertainment. Critics may scoff, but Clark is unapologetically leading a revolution, showing that women's basketball deserves its place in the spotlight.
Ask you directly, when people use your name for racism, misogyny, whatever, what is your response to that?
Yeah, I think it's disappointing. I think, everybody in our world, deserves the same amount of respect. The women on our league deserve the same amount of respect. So, people should not be using my name to push those agendas. It's disappointing. It's not acceptable. But yeah, I mean, this league is a league I grew up admiring and wanting to be a part of. Like, some of the women in this league were my biggest idols and role models growing up and helped me want to achieve this moment right here that I get to play in every single night. So, just treating every single woman in this league with the same amount of respect, I think is just a basic human thing that everybody should do. Like, just be a kind person and treat them, how you would want to be treated. And, I think...
Let's talk about the critics. Caitlin Clark has faced claims of special treatment and unwarranted success, but let's be real. Those arguments don't hold water. Her rookie season stats say it all. 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game. She wasn't just a standout player, she was the engine of her team's offense, delivering clutch performances that quieted many doubters. Her impact on the Indiana Fever was undeniable, transforming them from mediocre to playoff contenders in just one season. Yet, the old guard resists her rise, whether out of jealousy, fear, or a resistance to change. But as Clark continues to shatter records and elevate the league, the critics are running out of excuses. The numbers speak for themselves.
Des Moines native, like you said, continues to break records on the court. We've seen it all year, but she's also breaking records off the court. And she's doing some things no other women's athlete has done before.
Some may deem her as Iowa royalty, as Caitlin Clark is paving the way for women athletes in Iowa, and her success continues to show all across the state. Clark's first major retailer NIL deal came from the locally founded Hy-Vee.
You know what? I mean, her popularity, it is the Caitlin Clark effect. Anything that we're going to put in the store to be able to celebrate her, to be able to bring more awareness to her and her brand is a win-win for both sides.
After selling 48,000 boxes in weeks of Caitlin Clark branded cereal and also Clark player cards, the store has announced a partnership with Wilson. Just before Thanksgiving, Caitlin Clark signed Wilson basketballs will be sold in Hy-Vee.
Numbers don't just tell a story, they roar. Caitlin Clark's rookie season wasn't just impressive, it was revolutionary. Her games drew millions of viewers, rivaling NBA audiences, while Fever ticket sales soared by 250%. Her jersey became the league's bestseller, and her star power attracted sponsorships with giants like Nike, State Farm, and Gatorade, cementing her as one of the world's most marketable athletes. But Clark's impact goes beyond herself. She's elevating the entire WNBA. Her rise has forced the league to rethink its marketing strategies, moving away from safe approaches to embrace bold, high-energy narratives that connect with a new generation of fans. This is more than a moment, it's a legacy in the making.
Defensive boards, LSU, an outstanding offensive rebounding team. Clark connects! Confident in her mid-range. And I think Iowa is okay giving up the mid-range. Here's Clark driving in for two. It's third most amongst active players. National championship game. She has more size and length. Clark, you bet! Huge three there for the freshman Williams. A Folter running the other way, lays it in. Gonna turn the corner, lays it in, plus the foul.
Caitlin Clark's journey isn't just about basketball. It's about redefining what it means to be a modern athlete. Much like legends Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, her fierce determination and bold attitude set her apart. Clark isn't just playing the game, she's revolutionizing it. Former coaches often compare her intensity to the greats, a testament to her relentless drive for excellence. Admired by teammates and respected by rivals, Clark's impact is undeniable, even as critics try to diminish her spirit. She's proving that greatness isn't just achieved, it's earned through passion and perseverance.
She's done. Honestly, this woman, she just alienated a huge portion of her fan base. You should see, I tweeted about this, and my Twitter feed is littered with people saying, I'm done with her.
Caitlin Clark is more than a basketball player. She's a force redefining modern athletics. Like legends Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, her fierce drive and bold attitude set her apart. Beyond the court, Clark shines in Pro-Am golf and on social media, proving athletes can excel in multiple arenas. She's not just a player, she's a trendsetter and a powerful presence in sports.
WNBA rookie meets the world's most famous pop star at America's most popular sport. This moment is going to blow your mind. Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark sat together at an NFL game, and what happened next had the internet buzzing. Ever wondered what Caitlin Clark and Taylor Swift have in common? This NFL moment just answered that question. From Swift's secretive whispers to Caitlin's unforgettable smile, here's the real story behind their viral moment. The footage might be grainy, but the internet's reaction was crystal clear. This is the crossover we've all been waiting for. Picture this. Two of the most iconic figures in
For years, the WNBA has searched for a star capable of bridging the gap between casual viewers and devoted basketball fans. Caitlin Clark is that star. Her charm, skill, and marketability have drawn fresh attention to the league, setting the stage for a new wave of athletes and fans. However, as Clark rises to prominence, resistance from those entrenched in the past is inevitable. Still, after a remarkable rookie season, it's clear Clark isn't just ready for the challenges ahead. She's thriving in them. This is the beginning of a new chapter for the WNBA, with Caitlin Clark leading the charge and bringing an exciting new era, much like the cultural crossover seen with Taylor Swift's influence.